Hey guys. So a lot has happened within the last 3 weeks since we last filmed.
If you notice that we don't have a certain summer word. My turn?
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
Okay.
Finally.
So I'm gonna let Sam explain what happened because if I say it, I'm gonna start tearing up, and I don't need y'all to see me start crying. So.
Oh, excuse me. No laughing. This is not a laughing matter.
I laughed because you belched.
I know. Okay, on a serious note. I was seeing. Okay, so you might win this time again.
Yes, thank.
So as you can tell, that this song is not with us,
Again.
and will never be with us
Again.
Do not eat your words this time. Like, actually mean it this time. Because if I find out, then we no more Samaria. There'll just be a Sam. No Arya. No Sun. Nothing. Honestly, okay. So, this is weird. Okay, that looks weird. We holding like that. Okay, anyway.
So what happened? Step back so they can see both of us. There we go. So what happened was, this all started this past Wednesday. She and I went down early for some karaoke, for some girl time. And so I decided to call Eugene while she was parked in the car for karaoke. Okay, that was weird.
What happened?
Avery is still with us.
Why?
Because I'm fairly sure that was Avery's shadow, or like, not shadow, but reflection I just saw walk in front of the bathroom glass door. It could have been you, but it was taller than you. That's what I'm saying.
You taller than her?
Yeah. Anyway, that was weird.
Am I moving?
I don't know. But, so I decided to call Eugene on Wednesday while she was parked in the car because I hadn't heard from him since earlier that morning. And he's in his room, shirtless as usual. But I hear a female voice in the background, as in his room. And so I question it, and he asked why I got mad. Gee, I don't know, seeing another girl, or not seeing, but hearing another girl in the apartment without it being me, that's a little bit sus. And he told me that she's just a friend. But when we went to pick him up on Friday, because she was there Thursday as well, when I talked to him. And on Friday, we went to pick him up for karaoke. And when we get there, so before we get there, he tells us to pick him up at the gazebo. Okay, yeah, that was your reflection, because I just saw it.
Then again, he never tells us to pick him up at the gazebo unless we ask him.
Right. And we didn't ask him.
No, we didn't.
So we pull up to the gazebo and see him getting out of that other woman's car. And
So I confirmed about it. I said he was gonna go and in the trunk, like behind my car to go to the trunk and put his bag and then go in the car. I said no, come right. You stay right here. I said he took it as me bitching at him.
yeah, He took it as her bitching at him, but she wasn't.
Cause if you want to bitch at you, I will. And what I did, oh my god. I'll tell you.
So then he was acting strange ever since I caught him on Wednesday with her in the house. But from Friday through Sunday, he was acting a bit off. And even Holden noticed it.
Even my boyfriend noticed it.
And so...
How we have a motherfriend? Oh, even noticed it.
Yeah. And whenever we were... Or rather, I was at work. And I told him that I'm not doing a double shift tonight. Because everything had gone super stressful on Sunday at work. And he's like, if you have to do a double, then you have to do one. You can't say no. That's your freaking problem, is you don't want to do shit. Like, first of all, that was rude as hell. Second of all, I was not asked to do a double that night. So he wasn't answering his phone after that. And so we decided to make a little pit stop over at his house. Because the other woman, her name is Catherine, she took his phone and said, okay, come to the apartment. So we get there, and he had just left. He didn't tell us not to come to the apartment because he was leaving, that she took his phone, none of that, okay? So whenever he gets back, he gets out of the part of the forest he was in, which had no cell service. Again, sus as hell. So we told him to meet us at McDonald's because we had followed them up to the forest just to make sure that he was okay. And he said he'd meet us at McDonald's. And he kept his word there. But then when we got... So she was using the restroom. I was outside with him. And he was... From the moment he walked up, he was mumbling under his breath. Like he does when he's pissed off. And then right about the time you walk out, he was like, so are we going inside to talk or what?
I said, because the girl dropped him off. I said, did she leave?
And he said yes, but she
So
hadn't.
as I was walking my car, I see her car. And I said, I thought you told me she left. She's like, yeah, she's waiting for me, blah, blah. She just, I was like, do you really not know me? Or us?
Clearly he doesn't. But we get him into the car, drive back to his apartment.
No. We're at a stoplight between McDonald's and Zaxby's. And he calls her. Tell her to go on.
And okay, so as she answers the phone, she's like, yes, babe. With me sitting right next to him. And he doesn't shut that shit down. So Sam literally turned and was like, did she just call you? And he confirmed that yes, she called him babe. And then he said he'd keep her informed of what happened as it went down. And she said, "Okay, love you, bye."
And then as we're turning to go to like our house, I said, would she follow us to the house? And he said, well, he said, I don't think so. He said no.
He said no.
He said no. So we got to his apartment. His apartment was like 5 minutes, like 3 minutes with me driving, but you know, beside the point.
From that McDonald's. And
so
his phone fell on the floor, so I was gonna grab his phone and keep on to it.
His phone and said, "You can get it back later."
I said, "You can get it back when we're done talking." And
so your turn. My turn.
Yes.
Did you go yet?
Yeah.
No. So now is that what you're doing?
Okay. Keep explaining while I hit this.
So we get to the house.
As soon as he gets his phone in his hand, he starts to get out of the car because I said to give me his phone so I can keep on to it while we're talking because I don't want him telling her exactly what happened or trying to
damn, really? Scratch. Try not to
trying to call her to pick him back up. And
he's busting. He gets. Then he goes up on me for some dumb stuff.
And see, as I go to reach for his phone, he starts getting out of the car saying, "Ariana, you're the..." And he stopped.
But he says her name, like her government name, not like baby or anything, nothing like that.
And then he's starting to storm off saying that he's done.
So I put myself down in the car.
Where are you doing that? You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. So she goes, puts her stuff down in the car, and blocks him from storming off. I'm in tears.
And then he walks to the car back and says, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Really?" I was like, "You're gonna ask her why she's crying?"
And a grumpy ass attitude towards me.
So I said, "Get back in the car, we're going somewhere." As we get back into the car, the other girl's car comes around the corner. I said, I thought he said she wasn't gonna follow us home. She's like, "I didn't think she was going to." I was like, "Really?" Saw that.
Damn. Okay, let's go in the car. And then we get back in the car, we go to Wendy's, everything seems all fine. His mom tells him to come home right away.
No. His stepdad called him 3 times. Yes, how much do? 3 times. I said, just answer the phone. He tells him who he's with. Well, with who he was with. Oh, yeah, so
You're welcome.
That's I'm so with her. It's like, just tell me with us. So that his mom calls. And literally yelling at him on the phone.
To get his ass back to the house right then. And, so when we drop him off, he doesn't say bye, he just walks towards his front door.
So he walks to the stairs.
To the stairs.
And I said, "Eugene, get back over here. Give her a comment goodbye." Because I had to say that was the last time he hugged him. I kissed him. So I probably held up. You were know what happens with him and his mom, right? And almost an hour goes by.
Watch out.
We're let's see, 15-minute long video. Damn, we got a lot to talk about. You won.
Booyah!
Anyway, so she won the first game. But anyway, so about what? An hour later,
Yeah.
he sends a picture of him kissing the other girl. So yeah.
And on his Instagram, he puts that picture and then says, "Finally happy for once." Like, excuse me? No.
But anyway,
So yeah, that's why the son is no longer part of us.
anymore.
It's just
Samaria.
you and me. Like how it started.
It's true.
It starts with you and me.
Oh god.
I had to. But anywho, yeah, so there's that.
It will always be
You and me. Yeah. That meal was fun.
Anyway, we're gonna go.
We'll
and we'll
catch
see
you guys
up
up later.
or whenever.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.